Barry again, and you're watching Barry and the PI. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. Today we're going to talk about Christmas. Now, I know you people back in the United States and other foreign countries start decorating for Christmas after Thanksgiving. Sometimes not even until a couple of weeks before Christmas. But here in the Philippines, they do things differently. Uh, you'll go into government buildings and uh, malls and stuff like that, and businesses. And like in October, they'll start putting up Christmas lights and stuff and paroles and decorations in all the malls. Uh, they'll do it even into September. Some places will start in September. Christmas is a big thing here, still here in the Philippines. Uh, they'll start thinking of them and start shopping early, much earlier than we do. They do have the Black Friday sales and all of that stuff going on, but it's a pretty big thing. So if you like to go ahead and get your Christmas spirit early, come to the Philippines, even in September or October. They'll be putting the stuff up. So, and then you'll find here, the closer you get to Christmas, you'll get a lot of people, particularly kids, that will go to your house and sing a carol to you. It may be in Tagalog language here or in English. Well, you're expected to give them a few pesos. Not much, depending on, if you're a Philippine, you'll probably give them maybe 5, 10 pesos. My wife who always goes out there to greet them, and she'll give them some pesos. And I'll say, how much did you give those kids? 10 pesos. Scrooge. But they'll accept it. This exchange rate here now is about 51 pesos to a dollar. So I'll give you an idea how much a peso is. It's not very much. But we had one time when we first came and moved into Casa de Gecko, a young lady came, and of course Maida goes out to talk to her. And she said her baby's sick. She needs to get some medicine for her. And so Maida went and did. And I said, how much did you get her? I think gave her 50 pesos, $1. You can't get any medicine for a baby for that. So they like it when I go up to the gate. Because I'm much more generous with my money, I think, than Maida and other Filipinos around here. So you'll get little groups of children, because we have a wall and a gate here. They just come up to the gate, and then we'll go out there and listen to them sing. And, I'll give them 15, 20 pesos, you know, or might have probably less. But we had one thing here in the barangay. It was a kids festival. What about a week or so ago? Uh, and the councilwoman from the barangay came to talk to us, invited us to come to this deal for the kids. But I was laid up with my problem, health problem, and Maida was already planned to go with the family over to Batanga. So, but anyway, she gave them some money from us for the children. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm not wealthy, but I try to help the community out in any way I can. And I tell Maida that we should do this. Always make sure, you know, don't be a cheapskate. So, money here in the Philippines, I'll show you some of the money. Like this is a $100 peso, a 100 peso bill. That's around $2. This is a 500 peso bill. That's about $10. And then it's kind of windy out here today, so, and that's a 1,000 peso bill. And that's about $20. Yeah, I think it's $20. And then you'll get some. They have coins. This I think is a 5 peso coin. Oh no, this was a 10 peso coin, and this is a 5 peso coin. And then you've got smaller that's into centavos. So they're not much. I carry around these kind of coins when I'm going to town or something, because, you know, poor kids will come up and ask you for something, and I'll give them a peso or maybe even a 5 peso coin. It's not that much. We're blessed to have what we have, and we try to take care of it. My wife is opening her liquor store tomorrow. It's the grand opening. Ever since we've gotten here, even before, she had planned on opening a business. And we, over the time, we exhausted our funds for doing that. And some of the ideas he came up with I didn't think were very good. But then she came up with this one, which is a beer, wine, and liquor store. And there are various licenses and stuff that she has to go to do it. The mayor's office and the province offices and stuff, and then getting distributors and stuff like that. The reason why I wanted her to do that is that, as you know, Barry's not getting any younger. I keep trying to tell myself, nah, I'm not getting old. But then when I get up in the morning and all the bones and aches in my body tell me that, oh, you're getting old, Barry. So I wanted to her have something that will be able to sustain her. I know probably if I died, she would probably sell this place and get a house in town closer to her family. But she has our son-in-law is, he's a kind of a go-getter kind of guy. Uh, he's like my younger brother. He wants to be rich. He's a civil engineer. He was working for the province transportation office for the government. And he was offered a better paid job with a private company. And so he works for a private company now, making much more money than he did before. It's my healthy tea. It's too early for me to hit the bourbon. And he's also started some businesses. He's got now Gabe's Eatery, and that's his son's name. And they do, I guess it may be breakfast and lunch there. And they go take some of the food out and sell it on a motorcycle with a little heater to heat the stuff hot. And they sell that around too. So I wanted Maida to have something that she was going to, be able to live well. So that's the reason why we're opening this store up now. The way I got my money, I'm retired. I retired well before we moved here. Maida was still working and doing well in her job. They actually made her a mentor to train new staff, but she was getting tired of it. And she and I had always thought we would move back to the Philippines. And we had bought a house about maybe 7 years before, maybe a little longer than that. And the house we bought was in an older Austin area inside the city limits. And nearby was the new Domain. It's a new type of shopping complex. It has the really big stores, the expensive stores there, and they have all kinds of restaurants and bars and stuff. It's all in this complex. Well, that's become a very successful place, and that was just a few blocks from us. Austin got a new professional soccer team, and the place where they were building that soccer stadium was right close to the Domain, just a few blocks from our house. And then Apple uh, is opening a new campus for their employees, establish Apple business there, and that was going to bring in, you know, thousands of people, workers, new jobs. So the area that I was in, it wasn't fancy houses. They were older houses built in the 1970s, but the property values had gone up. And so I made a pretty good bit of money by selling that house. Now, if I had stayed another 2 years, I would have made even more, but we were ready to get on. And the land prices in the Philippines was going up every year, so we decided we had to figure out where did we want to live. And we had become, even before we got married, we had visited here at Lake Taal, and I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful area. And so that's why we went looking in this area. Plus my daughter and son-in-law and the grandkids live in Alfonso, which is 10 minutes away. So I had a good little bit of money to find and buy a place. I knew I didn't want to live in the city. I had hoped I'd get a nice place with a view, but view of the Taal Lake, the prices go way up. And there's several communities there, but the prices were just too high for the amount of money I had available. And we stumbled on this place one morning, and I fell in love with it. Just perfect. It's not that big of a house. I mean, they've only got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. They're good size. And we do have a maid's quarters too, which is full of all of our junk that we didn't have a place to put. So I don't have a house payment or anything like that. We were able to pay cash. I don't have a car payment. We paid cash for my truck. We bought all of our furniture. I don't have any of that kind of payments. Mainly the payments has got electricity, and electricity is high. Thanks, Meralco. And water, television, and internet. Those are all right. But those are my main bills. And then food. I'm not a particular big fan of Filipino food. And I find the meat, beef and pork, to be quite tough. And I'm old. I have a hard time chewing some of the meats and stuff. So I tend to buy most of the stuff for me from S&R. I'm going to try some other high-end places in Manila and see if I can get some good meats from them. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But Christmas time's a fun time here in the Philippines. Everybody's happy. And everybody's wondering where they're going to get money to buy presents for their kids. So we'll try to help out with that. And That's it. This is a little long, but I hope you learned something. And y'all please subscribe and like. And I'll be back again tomorrow. I think we're going to do one at Lake Tahoe and Volcano tomorrow. So take care, get vaccinated, and stay safe. Help people that need it. And it's over and out for Barry.